Welcome back. So today's topic is on, was Jesus a lunatic? I'm examining the Trilemma of Jesus Christ from the apologists C.S. Lewis and Josh McDowell. And if you're listening to this is the audio narration for those who love to hear and listen instead. So just close your eyes and just listen to my voice and process this. So this is a continued series, and I hope that you will come up with your own conclusion and come up with the same conclusion that I have too. So this is the second leg of the trilemma argument, that if Jesus claimed he was God, he can also be sincerely wrong. And could it be that he was self-delusional and thought he was God and actually he's not? Well, this is what we're going to be exploring today. The first topic I've already shared was, go back to my last post, and it was about when Jesus may have thought he was a God, but he was actually lying. And in this situation, we're saying, no, he's not lying. He actually really believes he is, because he's delusional and he's lunatic. Well, we can be sincerely wrong, right? But I think our pattern, our personality will show it. So for example, I can say with my, I guess the worst impression of a British accent, I can say, I am the Queen of England, oh I want. But then my behavior, my actions, and my reputation with others around me would indicate to me I am not the Queen of England as much as I believe I am or desire to be. There's a certain profile and predictability if anyone that is a con man or a lunatic, but based on evidence, Jesus did not exhibit nor display any of those traits. Excuse me if my British accent was bad. I just had to do that every time I talk about the Queen of England. But yeah, like if Jesus was really a lunatic, what I was trying to get at basically is he would have to exhibit that, right? His traits. But we know that Jesus had sound teaching. He's got God's moral standards, and he was not teaching ludicrous lessons nor healing others from false pretenses, right? So I love the way the Christian philosopher Peter Kreeft, it's in my notes below if you want to take a look at his information. He shares his rational stance on why it's not possible that Jesus was lunatic. He says this: Jesus has in abundance precisely those three qualities which liars and lunatics must most conspicuously lack, meaning they do not have it. Okay, so if you're a liar or if you're a lunatic, he says these are the qualities that they will not have. So Jesus had this. Number one, Jesus had practical wisdom, his ability to read human hearts. Number two, his deep and winning love, his passionate compassion, his ability to attract people and make them feel at home and forgiven, his authority. And above all, thirdly, is Jesus had the ability to astonish. His unpredictability, his creativity. Liars and lunatics are all so dull and predictable. No one who knows the Gospels and human beings can seriously entertain the possibility that Jesus was a liar or a lunatic, a bad man. I totally agree. Jesus was not predictable. He was not even a normal person by all means, by the miracles and things that he's done. Seriously, wow, right? Some great rational wisdom here. Again, for me personally, after studying the Old Testament and the New Testament writings of the six books that's in the Bible, I draw a similar question and conclusion that I had shared in my previous posting where Jesus Christ was a liar. How could someone stage his own birthplace, death, and burial place that was prophesied, and fulfilled exactly to detail? Not even a sincerely delusional person or lunatic can stage all that. Remember, it is the year 2,000 years ago. CGI was not created. So when we have manuscripts of witnesses indicating the miracles of the feedings of the 5,000 men, I think there was more, obviously, if we count the women and the children. Back in those days, they don't put in the numbers, they only count men. Yes, that's just the way it is back then. So, and yeah, Jesus healed the sick as well, not only bringing people back from the dead, but Jesus' own claims that his body will be resurrected after 3 days. I definitely agree. If I lived back then and even now, I certainly would think anyone claiming this crazy notion of living again after death must be insane. I mean, his own followers and family members, his half-brother James, who wrote the letter James, by the way, in the New Testament, he did not even believe that he was the Son of God who came to save sinners. I mean, like, he was his half-brother. He lived with him. Of course he wouldn't believe it. He's thinking, would you believe that your brother said that he's like the Son of God and he's here to like save sinners and he's gonna die and then he's gonna be risen again in 3 days? Like, you probably think the guy's cuckoo, right? I can just imagine what James did. But yet, you know what? Jesus Christ did resurrect after the 3rd day as he claimed. He showed his pierced hands, his feet, and his side stab wound from the Roman soldier that checked to ensure he was dead to his followers and family. Then, I mean, like after that, then they all believed. Then they believed because they saw with their own eyes and they touched him, right? I think the only person was probably Mary, his mother, who knew that he was God, because of all the people who believed and trusted that Jesus is special and he's the Son of God, is Mary, right? I mean, Mary went through supernatural experience already. She saw the Gabriel angel that came to inform her that she's going to be impregnant by God the Holy Spirit as a virgin birth. Of course, she would know. I mean, she's a virgin and she knew that she did not, you know what I mean, know any men before she got married. You know what I mean? I mean, so no one will believe it except Mary, I'm sure. I mean, Mary trusted God so much, she even asked her son to perform his first miracle. She asked Jesus to turn water into like the best aged wine at a wedding in Canaan. I can't imagine what Mary was thinking though, when she saw her son like being crucified, dying, and on that cross, like thinking like, I gotta trust God. I mean, I didn't have this virgin birth and go through all this crazy embarrassment and ridiculousness and all this stuff and seeing my own son die. I can't imagine what she went through, but I bet you she was so joyful after that, knowing and trusting, believing that what her son would say is going to come true. But just to see him going through that pain is still terrible, despite knowing that he was going to rise from the dead. Well, it's interesting because, everyone else, like the disciples that were following Jesus, they were super afraid and they were hiding from the Roman soldiers and the Jewish leaders. But they also became bold and courageous and powerful leaders after. Why? Well, because they saw and they witnessed with their own eyes and touched Jesus. Their testimonial, including Jesus' enemies, were undeniable. Okay, so I admit I'm getting a little ahead of myself, as this explanation I'm sharing here in audio should be really part of the reasons explanation in my next topic, that when Jesus Christ claims that he is Lord, and that it must be all true because Jesus is not a liar and nor he is a lunatic. Okay, so to cut it short, I'm just gonna leave this question to you guys. Did I miss something in my sharing here that would lead you to think differently? Do you believe Jesus was a madman only and he was able to deceive everyone, and basically he pulled the greatest scam of the past 2 centuries? Please comment below whether you agree or not, and I just want to see if you would like this and comment, and I'll be excited because I know that you're following this series. Please do share this too as well, okay? So stay tuned for the next post. Jesus claims he is Lord. Ensure you subscribe or you follow and turn your notifications on. That's the gold little bell on the side, because I don't know when I'm going to finish doing the next post. I had a challenge posting this one because my iPad cord did not work, so that's why I was delayed. But thank you again for listening and liking these posts, which totally encourages me to share more of my findings. So again, please subscribe, follow, and turn on the little bell, because after I share the post of what Jesus claims if he is Lord, I am going to also share a small, simple chart of a summary of everything that I just shared about to make it easier for you to understand. Okay? So it's Helen C.D. Jameson signing out. Until next time, God bless you all for listening. Take care.